Hello friends, let us see how to construct the predictive parsing table. So this is the algorithm for construction of the predictive parsing table. The input for this algorithm is the context free grammar G, and the output of this algorithm is the predictive parsing table capital M, that is indicated by capital M. So the method for constructing this predictive parsing table is that for each production of the form A gives alpha, where alpha is a string of any terminals and non-terminals, including the empty string. For each production of the form A gives alpha, in the grammar we can do the following things. We can apply the following rules. The first rule says that in the construction of the predictive parsing table, for each terminal small a in the first of alpha, here a indicate each terminal in the first of alpha. For each terminal a in the first of alpha, we can add A gives alpha production in the table having capital Ath row and small a column. The rows are headed by the non-terminals and the columns are headed by the terminals. So A is the non-terminal, so the row is A and the column is small a, because we are having the head of this production as capital A. Therefore for each terminal small a in the first of alpha, add A gives alpha in the Ath row and small ath column. So this is first rule. Second rule, if epsilon is present in the first of alpha, then for each terminal symbol b, small b, in the follow of A, we can add the null production, that is A gives epsilon, in the capital Ath row and small bth column. Here b is nothing but the terminal symbols in the follow of A. Each terminal symbol in the follow of A is nothing but small b. So in the corresponding columns of the small b, we can add the given production, that is A gives epsilon, but provided that epsilon should be in the first of alpha. It means alpha should be derived epsilon. Then only we add A gives epsilon production in the capital A row and small b column. If epsilon is in first of alpha and dollar is also in the follow of A, then add the null production A gives epsilon in the capital A row of the table M and in the dollar column as well. Again I am repeating, if epsilon is present in the first of the production body alpha of A and dollar is present in the follow set of capital A, then add the null production A gives epsilon in the table M of the row headed by A and the column headed by dollar as well. If after performing the above two steps there is no production in the capital Ath row and small ath column, then set Ath row and small ath column to be as error or to be as error entries. So this is the procedure, or that is, these two rules are important for constructing the predictive parsing table. So, and obviously for constructing this predictive parsing table using these two rules, we should able to find out the first and follow set, and we have already seen how to find the first and follow set. Let us see the example of constructing the predictive parsing table for the predictive parser to parse the given arithmetic expression using the given arithmetic grammar, non-left recursive arithmetic grammar. So obviously we are familiar with this grammar and we already know the first and follow set information of each non-terminals in the given context free grammar. To construct the predictive parsing table capital M, the rows are headed by the non-terminals. So rows are headed as capital E dash, T, capital T dash, and capital F. These are the row heads, okay, and the columns are headed by the input symbol in the given context free grammar. So the inputs first column is for the terminal symbol ID or input symbol ID. Here terminal symbol in the grammar correspond to the input symbol of the arithmetic expression. ID column, plus column, star column, left parenthesis, right parenthesis, and dollar. Dollar is the terminal symbol which indicate the end of the given arithmetic expression. So now in this table we have to find the entries of the given production in the appropriate row and column. Okay, so the first row is for the non-terminal capital E. The first row is for the non-terminal capital E. Now there is only one production of capital E, that is E gives T dash. So in the first row we can make the entry of this production E gives T dash. But in the first row, but in which column we have to make this entry? That is determined by using the first information of capital E. Okay, so the terminal symbol in the capital E are left parenthesis and ID. Therefore, the production of E should be added in the left parenthesis and in the ID. So make the entry of this E production in the corresponding column of the ID and left parenthesis. Only in the column of left parenthesis and ID we have made the entry of the E production in the E row, that is E gives T dash, in this ID column and left parenthesis column, not in the other terminals column, because the other terminals plus, star and dollar and the right parenthesis are not present in the first of E. First of E is having only this left parenthesis and ID. Therefore in only the left parenthesis and ID column we have make the entry of the production of E. This entry means that whenever the input is ID, okay, and the non-terminal that is to be replaced is capital E, then the predictive parser always replace the capital E by T E dash. It always replace the capital E by T E dash whenever ID is occurs, or left parenthesis is occurs, then it will replace this E by T dash. Now the second row is for the non-terminal capital E dash. So there are two production of capital E dash, that is E dash gives plus T dash, and second production is null production, E dash gives epsilon. So where we have to insert the first production, that is E dash gives plus T dash, that is in which column of E dash we have to make the entry of E dash gives plus T dash, and the obvious answer is in the column of plus, because the first of E dash contains the plus and epsilon, but for epsilon we do not require to add the columns. So first of E dash contains plus, therefore in the plus column we can make the entry of the plus E dash gives plus T dash. Here you can see E dash gives plus T dash. This entry is made only in the plus column, because only plus is present in the first of E dash. Only plus is there, only plus terminal is there, not other terminals. Therefore only in the plus column we have make the entry of this E dash production, E dash gives plus T dash. Now look at this two productions added in the right bracket and the dollar column of the row E dash. Why? Because E dash gives epsilon. Here epsilon means the alpha. Okay, here alpha is epsilon. If alpha derives epsilon, or if alpha is equal to epsilon, then you should look at the rule number, sub-rule number, that is 2. If epsilon is in first of alpha, obviously here alpha is epsilon, therefore E dash gives epsilon production is there. Obviously epsilon is present in first of epsilon, and dollar is also present in the follow of E dash. Therefore we can add this A gives epsilon. A gives epsilon means E dash gives epsilon into the E dash row and dollar column also, and all the terminal symbol in the follow of E dash. The follow up E dash contains the, here you look at the follow up E dash. Follow up E dash contains dollar and a right parenthesis. Therefore for each terminal symbol columns, that is right parenthesis